Okay, this is Orlando Wilson, and what I want to talk about in this video is all we can class as fake security services. I've just been talking to a client now, assisting a client now with a problem they have with their security for their corporation, their business. They've had an issue with stuff going missing from the inside, they've lost some valuable assets, etc. They have security, but I think the owner now realized that they have security. They have a security manager, they have security guards, they have absolutely no security whatsoever. In this story, as I said, assets went missing from inside the company. The security manager spoke to the security guard company he'd hired. They replaced the guards, etc., etc. They've had other things go missing. They replaced the guards, etc., etc., and things go on. The owner of the corporation is not particularly happy. He smells a rat. So I've been on the phone for him on and off for a couple of days now, and we think we've come up with the solution for their problem. But we will see. The issue is here. To start off with, if you have security at your business, for your organization, for your corporation, for your site, whatever, there should have been a threat assessment done on that site, for your organization, etc. You should have access to that threat assessment. If you're a business owner, then you should do your own threat assessment on your organization, on your site, etc. The threat assessment is the basis of all security procedures. If you've got a security company, if you've hired a security company, if you want to test them, I'd give them a phone call now or send them an email asking them to send you over the threat assessment they've done for your business. If they cannot send it over to you very quickly, or if they're making excuses, you know what? You have not hired a security company. You've hired a facilities management company that supplies minimal wage, minimal trained people just to sit in a seat, bums on seats, and tick a box on your insurance. You do not have security. You have a facilities management company that supplies manned guards. Anyway, this gentleman, I said to him, check out his security manager. They got a in-house security manager. Again, the gentleman had been in the police in his country. He'd worked in corporate security while he worked for a man guarding company as an area manager, and then he came over to this company. So again, in my opinion, even though this person's been in the police, they have no security experience. They worked for a man guarding company. Again, they're not supplying what I would class as, well, we can't really call it security anymore. They don't supply protection. They don't protect people's assets. They don't protect people. All they do is send bodies along to sit in seats or do patrols to tick a box on an insurance, on the client's insurance. This client needs the security guards because, again, it keeps their insurance down, so they can't get rid of the security guards. Their security manager, like most security managers, is just a security manager. He's a retired cop that's making some extra money, wants an easy life, doesn't want problems, etc. The fact there's been several incidents with that company and he's not fired the man guarding company he hired, most probably, well, it says to me he's taking kickbacks from that company. So he's taking extra money from the security company he hired, which is usual. This is where, if you're running an organization, always check what contractors are being hired to make sure they're not kicking back to somebody else within your organization. That's business, right? And even security managers need extra money. A lot of security managers need extra money because they're not paid that well, and police pensions in a lot of places are not that well paid. So again, then we checked out the security company, we checked out the security guards. The security guards are making pennies, so I'm not surprised they're stealing. In that country, yes, they're licensed. They got a government license, which in a lot of places mean they've just not been caught committing criminal activities yet, or they're working on somebody else's license, etc., which is easy to do. So even though they got licensed security guards, the licensed security guards are the problem. We think they're the problem because they're the ones that's doing the stealing. These security guards, as a lot of security guards, had access to the whole of this organization or corporation's site. So that means they could, at night, when they're there by themselves, they could rove around, do whatever they wanted. Yes, there's cameras in there, but who controls the cameras? Security guards. Who has access to the cameras? Security guards, the security manager. The business owner had no access to the cameras that monitor his business. He left that to the security manager, which again is part of the problem. So this is again another example of insider threat. This guy hired a security manager who hired a security company, and he doesn't have security. They're causing him the problem. But he needs them to keep his insurance down. So they tick the box for the insurance. I take it he's going to think about firing the security manager and getting in a new security manager, or just getting rid of the security manager position and having one of his trusted partners, or it will most probably be him, overseeing the security. The security guards in this case are no longer going to have access to the inside of the building. They're going to be outside on the perimeter. He needs them because they keep the insurance down. So they'll be outside. He's going to bring in a porta potty for them, so they have a toilet to use. So as far as restrooms are concerned, not his problem. It's up to the security company. If they got a problem, such as life, they can bring thermoses and sandwiches. So that's the easiest way to solve the problem. Keep the security outside of the building, put clock points around the building to make sure the security's doing their patrols. He's now got access, and another trusted manager's got access to the security cameras. They're up vamping the alarms, etc. So if anybody gets access to the building, they'll be alerted. They can call the police. So again, this is another example of people hiring a security company, hoping, well, believing they're going to protect their assets in this case, and the security manager, the security company is the problem. This is where a vast majority of people that call themselves, companies that call themselves security companies, and people that call themselves security managers, yeah, they can call themselves that, but they're not providing security. They're facilities management. They're there to tick boxes, to keep insurance costs down, etc. If you're serious about protecting your assets, protecting your business, and this is like, we're talking corporate security, industrial security here, we're not talking people. If you're serious about protecting your families, your people, etc., you need to hire a serious security company, which costs money. And again, there's a big difference between the companies that provide serious protection and the man guarding companies that are just there to tick boxes for insurance. There's a huge difference. These security companies, these man guarding companies will tell you they can do everything. They've got your interest at heart, etc. And they'll do absolutely the minimum. Send along minimum wage guys. No disrespect to the guys that want to work and earn money. They'll send along minimum wage guys, treat them like dirt. And when they leave, or if they steal, such as life, they'll fire them, find somebody else. So that's the realities of the security business. So I hope this little story, I hope you find this little story informative. In the meantime, we supply a full range of consultancy services for corporate security, industrial security, close protection, etc. And these days, I'm telling people you're better off sorting out your own security if you're a business owner, corporation owner, etc., than bringing in an outside man guarding company. As I said, the first thing you want to do is do a threat assessment on your business. If you don't know how to do that, I've got a book online how to do that. Or ask the security company you've got to send you along the threat assessments they've done. And I'll be honest with you, most security companies, if you ask them that, will be scratching their heads because they're not going to have a clue what you're talking about. And that's threat assessments are the basis of all security programs. So do the threat assessment, work out your threats for yourself, then work out how to minimize those threats. But as I said, you have to be very careful with man guarding companies these days. We supply a full range of consultancy services. In some places, we can recommend people to provide actual security services, but we're trying not to do that these days because there's too many problems out there, and the quality of the security business has crashed. So, in the meantime, follow us along on social media. I have more of these stories going up. Check out the blog. Check out the books I've got on Amazon. They'll answer a lot of your questions and also help you formulate security programs for yourself and your organizations.